So hey guys, welcome back on board. I just had a little bit of a technical fault just before. So now we're just flying into Princess Juliana. So there you can see the runways in sight. So I'm going to disconnect the autopilot, pull the speeder right back down to 140, because that was what we said was VREF today, and start pumping flap out. I'm going to go straight to flap 3, landing gear down, spoilers are armed, and that's full flap now. Well, there we go, I had it, there we are. So the autopilot's going to be disengaged, so is flight director, speed can come back to 140. I know we're having some issues with where the thrust lever is positioned. To find on this aircraft, if you've got MCT, then just inch back into climb, and then the second you see it go from managed mode, MCT to climb mode, is the time, or the best time for it. So yeah, a little bit on the high side, but we can make it in. It'll be a nice scenic approach for the passengers. Very cute, a little bit wobbly. So that was after an all-night flight from Prague. Unfortunately, as I said, the recording became broken from top of drop to where I paused it, so I only just checked that it was working when I paused it. So apologies for that. For some reason my screen capture software likes recording just black sometimes. You've got to recycle what you tell to capture, and then it works. A little bit of quite well. Puppy's not working for whatever reason, but we are quite nicely established now. A little bit of a crab going on. A little bit of tailwind actually. But this is the preferential runway for landing at Princess Juliana because of the mountain on the other side. But we do not mention the mountains. Mountains don't like tourists don't like mountains, sorry. Just doing a bit of a steeper arrival than I would normally do. Normally I tend to be clipping the fence. I know I'm getting a pull up warning, but I don't care. Yeah, this can be a floater. Throttle's gonna idle now. Reverse. Full reverse. Braking. Reverse is in. 60% reverse. That's full reverse thrust now. For some reason when you tap brakes it only applies parking brake. I'm going to ask somebody why that actually happens, and I'm going to try and find out how to fix that myself. But we've made it. So folks, welcome to Princess Juliana. The check holder is virtual. In total flying time of 8 hours 10 minutes. In case you are wondering, I did go to bed halfway through the flight, because I took off at about midnight local time, but I ended up not having my clock configured correctly. Oop, there we go. Okay, I probably should have gone into it the other way and turned right instead of left, but I'm going to turn this way because I can, plainly and simply. I'm going to get us down to about 20 at 6 knots. For some reason I read 34 knots, 14 knots. Just easily getting the aircraft around. Full left lock on the controls, being very cautious not to put too much power in. Brake. Getting some terrain popping up as well in front of the aircraft, which I find pretty cool. Oh look, there's a deer. That is one of the things in X-Plane which I sometimes kind of do double takes on. That's a deer running across the runway. He's about to run through that fence. I like the hot air balloons, but the deer are a little bit too far, in my opinion. So we're going to come into the stand, and that'll be us done for today's flight. AP is online. Oh, all the lights came off. Beacon and taxi is all we need, because we are vacating. So we need to vacate via that taxiway there, because that one just leads you into this little ramp area, which is like a domestic kind of, well, like a small aircraft kind of gate. We'll be taking one of the 4 large gates there, because we're a big aircraft. Unfortunately the gates don't work. The scenery is ported over from FSX. Probably going to get me banned for EULA issues, because, yeah, but, hell. Live and let die. Live and let live, live and let die. In case you are wondering, I did actually delete the FMC route before the arrival, just because it was starting to annoy me by telling me to, putting me in a weird angle, and it was blocking kind of things that I wanted to see with the FMC. So we're entering the ramp now, so taxi light comes off, APU's on, seatbelt signs have come off for some reason. The aircraft does sometimes weirdly reconfigure itself mid-flight. I don't know why. We'll go to this stand straight ahead, so it's going to be a little bit of an interesting one to get into. I'm actually going to undercut the taxi line. There's the line, so I'm just going to aim for that. And we'll go coming to stand Alpha 3. Whoa, birds. Well, that's multiple bird strikes. Luckily that's for the scenery bird strikes, not actual X-Plane bird strikes. You can simulate those. I will do a video looking at the failures in X-Plane, because they are pretty cool. Back brake is set, there we go. So engines have come off now. That means the beacon light can come off, and we can just look at the external view. So that's going to be the kind of I thought I can get the ground handling. I think the ground handling has been drive up all that will work, will it? Or will it not? Okay, maybe it won't. Anyway guys, so that's going to be it from me for today. Thanks for watching. Sorry that the video is so short, but you understand that obviously if there's something goes wrong like that, I can't really refilm the whole 8-hour flight just for 10 more minutes of footage, which is all it would have been. So thanks for tuning in, folks. I've got to say, the delivery looks gorgeous. Awesome virtual airline to fly for, hint hint. And we'll see you all tomorrow, folks. Bye bye.